Did you know that most advice about energy, metabolism, and healthy aging was never designed for women over 50? For years, research focused largely on younger men. Meanwhile, women moved through menopause, watched their energy dip, their sleep change, their waistline shift, and were told it was simply aging. But here is what most people do not realize. After age 50, your hormones change in ways that directly affect muscle, blood sugar, and brain chemistry. And muscle is not about appearance. It is your metabolic engine. It stabilizes energy. It protects your bones. It supports memory and mood. So if you feel more tired than you used to, it may not be decline. It may be missing signals your body now needs. In this video, I will show you 3 science-backed shifts that can help women over 50 feel stronger, clearer, and more energized. And yes, many women notice changes within 3 days. The foundation shift. If your energy feels unstable after age 50, the problem is rarely motivation. It is usually metabolism. After menopause, women become more sensitive to blood sugar swings. Estrogen plays a role in how your body uses glucose. When estrogen declines, your muscles become less efficient at pulling sugar out of the bloodstream. The result is subtle but powerful. You eat. Your blood sugar rises. It crashes harder than it used to. You feel foggy, shaky, or exhausted a few hours later. Many women assume this is aging. In reality, it is a signaling issue. Your body is asking for stability. One of the fastest ways to create that stability is to anchor your first meal around adequate protein and fiber. Research consistently shows that higher protein intake in the morning improves satiety, stabilizes glucose levels, and reduces cravings later in the day. Fiber slows digestion, smoothing out the spike and crash cycle. This combination acts like a steady burn instead of a flare and collapse. A simple starting point looks like this. Include a meaningful protein source in your first meal. Add a fiber source from whole foods such as berries, seeds, legumes, or vegetables. Keep refined sugars low in the morning. Within days, many women report fewer crashes and clearer focus. And here is the part most people miss. Stabilizing blood sugar does more than control cravings. It protects muscle. Because once your metabolic engine is steady, your body becomes far more responsive to the next piece. And that next piece is the real game changer for strength after age 50. Hormone and muscle support, the strength signal. And that brings us to the part that changes everything. After age 50, muscle loss accelerates, not dramatically overnight, quietly, gradually, year after year. Research shows women can lose significant muscle mass during and after menopause, partly due to declining estrogen and reduced anabolic signaling. And muscle is not cosmetic. Muscle is your glucose regulator. It is your metabolic stabilizer. It is your protection against falls. It is your long-term independence. When muscle declines, energy declines with it. Here is what most women were never told. After midlife, your body requires a stronger stimulus to maintain muscle. The same light activity that worked in your 30s may no longer be enough. And dietary protein becomes even more important because muscle protein synthesis becomes less responsive with age. This does not mean extreme workouts. It means intelligent strength signaling. 2 to 3 sessions per week of resistance training, even simple body weight movements, combined with adequate daily protein, significantly improve muscle retention in women over 50. Studies consistently show improvements in strength, metabolic health, and even mood when resistance exercise is paired with sufficient protein intake. Start safely. Use controlled movements. Prioritize form. If you are new to strength training, or if you have joint concerns, begin under supervision. And here is the overlooked benefit. When muscle mass improves, blood sugar stability improves. When blood sugar improves, inflammation lowers. When inflammation lowers, energy rises. But there is still one missing piece. Because even women who eat well and lift weights often say, "I am doing everything right, and I am still tired." That final piece lives in your gut and your brain, and it can shift faster than you think. The energy amplifier, your gut-brain connection. And this is the part most women completely overlook. You can stabilize blood sugar. You can build muscle. But if your gut is inflamed or imbalanced, your energy will still feel flat. After age 50, changes in hormones also influence the gut microbiome. Estrogen interacts with gut bacteria. When estrogen levels shift, the composition of that ecosystem shifts too. That can affect digestion, immune signaling, mood chemistry, and even sleep quality. Your gut is not just about digestion. It communicates directly with your brain through what researchers call the gut-brain axis. Certain gut bacteria help produce short-chain fatty acids, compounds associated with lower inflammation and improved metabolic health. Others influence neurotransmitters involved in mood and focus. And here is the encouraging part. Research shows the gut microbiome can begin shifting within just a few days of dietary change, increasing fiber from diverse plant sources and including naturally fermented foods such as yogurt with live cultures, kefir, sauerkraut, or kimchi supports microbial diversity. Diversity is linked with better metabolic resilience and energy regulation. This does not require extremes. It requires consistency. Add one high-fiber plant to each meal. Include a fermented food daily, if tolerated. Hydrate well. Move gently after meals to support digestion. Many women report improved clarity, lighter digestion, and steadier energy within days when they focus here. Because when your gut bacteria are supported, inflammation quiets. When inflammation quiets, your brain feels clearer. When your brain feels clearer, energy returns. Safety and compliance. Before you rush to overhaul everything at once, there is something important to address. When women over 50 decide to take control, the instinct is often to change everything at once. New diet, new workouts, new supplements, new schedule. But your body responds best to consistency, not shock. If you have joint pain, balance concerns, diabetes, cardiovascular disease, digestive disorders, or take prescription medication, changes to diet or exercise should begin gradually. Even increasing fiber too quickly can cause bloating or discomfort. Even beginning strength training without proper form can strain joints. Progress should feel steady, not punishing. Pain is not proof of progress. Exhaustion is not a badge of honor. The goal here is metabolic support, muscle preservation, and gut stability. That means listening to your body's feedback. Start with one shift. Anchor your breakfast differently. Add 2 strength sessions per week. Introduce fermented foods slowly. Hydrate consistently. Track how you feel. Research shows that sustainable improvements in muscle mass, blood sugar control, and gut diversity happen through repeated, moderate signals. Not extremes, not deprivation, not overtraining. And remember, every woman's physiology is slightly different. Hormone therapy status, thyroid function, sleep patterns, stress levels, and medical history all influence outcomes. That is why conversations with your healthcare provider are important, especially before making significant lifestyle changes. This is education, not a prescription. You are not trying to reverse aging. You are trying to support the body you have now, intelligently, because strength at 50 looks different than strength at 30. And that is not decline. That is adaptation. Now, here is the empowering part. You do not need to master all 3 shifts at once. You only need to begin with one. When your energy rises, even slightly, you start showing up differently in your own life. And that is where everything begins to compound. You do not need a complicated plan to feel better after age 50. Energy is not about pushing harder. It is about supporting your biology. When you stabilize blood sugar, protect muscle, and nourish your gut, you support the systems that drive energy, mood, and strength. Research shows muscle responds to resistance training at any age. Blood sugar stabilizes quickly when protein and fiber improve. The gut microbiome can begin shifting within days when diet quality changes. That is why many women notice subtle but meaningful improvements within 3 days. Clearer thinking, fewer crashes, more steadiness. Start with one shift tomorrow morning. Adjust your first meal. Add 2 strength sessions this week. Include one fermented food daily. Keep it simple. Track how you feel.